I am now going to talk about the evening habits that are sabotaging loss of your belly fat. I shortly covered the morning habits that are keeping your fat stuck, especially around the belly. Now let's talk about the evening habits. Habit number 1, eating a very heavy carb meal at the end of the day. A lot of you have heard about this phrase, eat breakfast like a king, dinner like a pauper. Most times behind that expression is the fact that as it gets closer to the evening or the nighttime, your metabolism is slowing down. So coming in and eating something that's heavy in carbs, again, I'll relate to some of my experiences in the past. Can be like ugali, which is an East African food, but there's a lot of rice, something very heavy in carb, then go to bed shortly after is suicidal in terms of your weight loss journey. That's a definite guarantee for you to gain weight. As you get closer in the evening or in the nighttime, focus again on having lighter or higher protein meals. Because of the spike of your blood sugar, what typically happens when you eat later in the evening something heavy, in about a couple hours, again, you'll start with the whole system again of feeling hungry again and trying to snack because there's a blood sugar spike, pancreas produces insulin, then that leaves you in a hunger spell in just another couple of hours or so. Which brings me to my second point. The second habit that's sabotaging your belly fat loss is late night snacking. I've been there where it's 11 p.m. I open the fridge, I pull something out, you go back, you keep opening the fridge like you left your landlord in there or whichever the case. Sometimes it's just the mind looking for something to crunch on, mindless eating. In the evening, popcorn, chips, it's always something crunchy for the most part, or sometimes even chocolate for those who are more of a who have a taste for sugars. Why is this happening? It is coming back to the cycle of the blood sugar spike, which is pushing away your melatonin. Melatonin is that sleep hormone because now you have the sugar spike in your body, which is causing you to get hungry. You're not feeling sleepy, so you keep opening the refrigerator and just totally sabotaging your weight loss efforts. What do I recommend? I always recommend having a sleep hour, meaning by 10 p.m., I'm already going to sleep. That you will not find, I'll not pick up my phone. I have it on Do Not Disturb. Put structures in place to support you to be in bed on time. I have 3 children. I know sometimes children can also lead us to pushing those hours. Unless you have a baby or caring for a sick child or parent or loved one or work night shift. There's some exceptions. I do not see why you're up at 11 pushing late night hours and constantly sabotaging yourself, picking the wrong foods at this time. I actually tested it out. Most times if I'm up by 11, it's not going to end well. That's why I have a phone reminder to stop scrolling by about 9. Do not disturb by about 10. Most times I go to bed by 9 p.m. and I give myself about 8 hours to sleep, which the standard is 7 to 8 for a lot of adults. The first one was heavy carb meal in the evening. The second one was mindless late night snacking. That's sabotaging your belly fat loss. Number 3 is really being able to shut down your screen. Train your brain that it's bedtime. We're starting to shut down. Scrolling social media an hour before you sleep is actually pushing your hours of being able to start to get ready for bed. What I do is at night, I take off the lights or I dim the lights in the room. That's starting to get my brain to like, okay, slowing down here, we're about to go to bed. An hour before I go to bed, I'm already prepping my body and mind for bedtime. You're not going to be scrolling social media 9 p.m. or 9:30 when you want to go to bed at 10. It actually works in the opposite because the melatonin, the sleep hormone, as you scroll is being minimize, meaning that's why you after social media, you may find yourself an hour later and you're still scrolling, you're not yet sleepy. Have that time where before you sleep, an hour before you sleep, screens off, TV off, laptop shut down, phone off. Your phone is far away from where you sleep. I don't even sleep with my phone next to me because that forces you just in the middle of the night to pick it up and start, in case you're bored, start scrolling again. I have a designated place where I put it to charge overnight. It's on silent. That helps me get the amount of sleep that I need to get. So the scroll time will definitely come back to bite if you don't have structures in place. That's why I put all these things on my phone to remind me, like, hey, time to go to bed. I have a reminder on my Alexa for the kids. Hey, it's 9 p.m., time to go to bed. All this helps us put structures in place to be consistent, for it to become a lifestyle. The last one I want to talk about is de-stressing before you go to bed. I have the three there, though I wanted to make sure I don't forget the other one. Before you go to bed, whether it's listening to some meditation, I meditate a lot, so I'm sharing what I do for myself. Find what works for you. Most times if I'm to work out in the evening or I did something that's strenuous, I like to soak in Epsom salts. They calm me down. They just make me feel relaxed. Not coming with all your stress to bed. That's what I'm trying to do there. Chamomile tea is so good in helping you distress. I usually have some in the evening. Also the ashwagandha supplements. Magnesium glycinate is so good to help distress your body. Going to bed with the stress is getting back to the cortisol levels spiking, which is the stress hormone that will cause you to gain weight. Have these habits in mind. As you've heard in all the 4 habits I've mentioned, I did not mention the gym, which is a lot where people are spending their time and getting frustrated with no results, because the bigger impacts start with your nutrition, start with your habits, start with your hormones. If you master that, you're unstoppable on any weight loss journey. Also making that a lifestyle. I always tell my clients that I work with, it has to feel easy, it has to feel effective, it has to feel enjoyable. I'm sharing simple tips that you can integrate in your life. Before you know it, this will become a lifestyle. Your old you will be out the door. Again, this is 𝐉𝐨𝐢𝐺, founder of Body by 𝐉𝐴. Follow me for more weight loss tips. Follow me for a lot of what I share for success stories from my clients, experiences of things that I've gone through. I want to make sure that I use my lessons for you to be empowered to do the right things and not waste time on things that are not going to get you the results that you're looking for. Subscribe on Body by 𝐉𝐴. Have a great day.